Do you know what separates profitable traders from traders who just look busy? Simple beats complex every time. And after 30 plus years in the market, I've seen every fancy strategy, every complicated system, every shiny new indicator. And the traders making real money, they're doing the boring stuff. So today I'm breaking down the 3 simple setups that one of my students used to make over $44,000 in a single month. These setups are not new. They're not complicated, they're mechanical, they're repeatable, they're time tested. And they all come down to one thing: price action at key levels. No emotional bias, no clutter, no noise, no chasing, just confirmation. And the first one will show you exactly why most traders get trapped on breakouts. At the open, mark the high and low of the first candle, then wait. You're waiting for price to break above or below that range, most especially when it's a very, very large candle. But here's the key: you do not enter on the breakout. You wait for a retest or even a retrace. If price breaks above and it pulls back and holds on to that level, that could be a long entry. If price breaks below, retests, or rejects, that could be a short entry. Remember, we want to focus on a large candle and either a retest of the middle of the candle or even the lower end of the candle. That's what I like to focus on for a buy, and the opposite would be true for a short. It's an aggressive strategy using clearing range principles during what's known as the opening range or clearing range. Okay, but why does this work? Waiting the 5 minutes, waiting for that range to develop. And this would, by the way, work after the first 30 minutes if you're looking at a 30-minute candle. It works because institutions often confirm the first level before the real move begins. And sometimes the breakout fails. And that matters too, because a failed breakout usually means retail traders got trapped in the liquidity grab. And now price can move hard in the opposite direction, which is oftentimes the retracement or the retreat. This is why this particular setup is really powerful. It's actually smaller risk. It's a very clear level. It's based on price, and it has a high reward potential if you wait for your spot. You're not chasing the higher highs. You're waiting for confirmation. And again, that confirmation is really the retest or the retrace. And if you want a simple framework built around these setups, I put together a free, simple step-by-step of what I do in the morning so I can identify these levels, what to look for, what not to look for. It's something you can take advantage of, and you can find it in the description below. This is one of the highest probability setups you can trade. Look at the previous day high and the previous day low, because oftentimes institutions are watching them too. Remember, the only reason any level is important is because there's attention on it. Algorithms are going to react to them. Retail traders are going to place stops around them. That means one thing: liquidity is waiting there. So again, the edge is not the break, it's the break in the retest or the retrace. If price breaks above the previous day's high and comes back and holds, that's the level for the long position. If price breaks below the previous day's low, comes up and retests and rejects at resistance, that's the short. But the context matters a lot. This is where traders get hurt. They see a break and they enter blindly. Wrong. You have to ask, where are we in relation to the previous session close? What is that time frame doing? Is it in chop, or is it still maintaining a trend that might have developed during the pre-market? Is price rejected at that higher high, or is it continuing on, creating more of a momentum type morning? Is that pre-market high or low in play? Have we broken above or below those levels? Not every breakout is real, which is to say, not every breakout means there's liquidity at higher and higher and higher levels, which is what creates the continuation. Most are just liquidity grabs. That's why the retest, waiting for the rejection of the high or the low, matters. It tells you whether the move is real or just a trap. So you're not guessing. You're waiting for price to prove itself first. You're waiting for the setup to reveal itself. If this video is helping you, subscribe now. It helps me know whether I'm making the right content, moving the needle for you. Thanks. Now let's talk about the footprint most traders ignore: order blocks. Think of them as areas where institutions built positions before the move happened. In a downtrend, look for the last up close candle before a strong move lower. I like to look for something called a minor low. That is a lower low surrounded by two higher lows. That can become an order block. In an uptrend, look for the last down close candle before the strong move higher. Again, this could be a minor high. That's a higher high surrounded by a lower high. That means that after the market makes a higher high, we don't exceed it. It pulls back. That becomes your bullish order block. That is what's left behind after that pattern forms. When price comes back to retest that area, you're looking for a reaction. Sometimes at that level, you might have an anchored VWAP. Maybe there's a volatility level. Maybe it's interacting with previous support and resistance. If the trend is still intact and price rejects that zone, that high to the pullback, that is your entry. So why does this work? Because you're trading continuation. You're not just trying to call the exact top or the exact bottom. You're waiting for the trend to develop. You're waiting for a test of the support in an uptrend or a test of resistance in a downtrend. And then you're entering at that test expecting that psychology, that move to continue. Most traders see a high and a pullback and they think reversal. It is far more likely that after a pullback in an uptrend, the market will continue higher. This type of strategy of waiting for pullbacks allows for a small stop, clear invalidation. If the market doesn't pull back, there's no setup. If the pullback doesn't hold, there's no setup, right? And it allows you to target the next major level. You look for your next setup. Really simple. You learn why and how to wait. Okay, now here's the big idea. These are not three separate strategies. They're really the same idea in three different forms. Opening range is an intraday key level. In other words, the high to low from 9:30 to 10 o'clock, that's your opening or clearing range. Also keep an eye on previous days' highs and lows. The pre-market highs and lows. A lot of times these will overlap the clearing range, high and low. Order blocks are structural key levels inside of all this movement, but the execution is always the same. Wait for the break, wait for the retest or the retracement. Enter on the confirmation of that retracement. Keep the stop tight because if the bid doesn't come in, there's a chance that we could just elongate and create a larger range. Target a larger move that retests the high. Never expect the market to make brand new highs or go somewhere where it hasn't gone before just because we're in the trade. That's it. That's the framework. And I've been doing this for decades. It's simple, it's boring, it's mechanical, it's time tested, it's process driven, and it works because you're trading with the institutions, you're trading with the liquidity, not against them. All right, but here's the real problem. Knowing the setup is not enough. The hard part is executing when real money is on the line and in real time. It's easy to go back and say, oh, that would have worked. It's very different doing it while it's happening. So in the next video, I'll break down the discipline and risk management required to trade these setups consistently. Go watch that, and I'll see you there.